Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you guys with a new video. So, as you can see by the title right in the background, yes, indeed, I do believe that we are in the end of days. I believe that the New World Order will be set up, and yeah, there's nothing we could really do about it. Now, I know some of the reason why I'm bringing this topic up, right? I've seen people making videos on it, and I thought it's an interesting subject, right? I myself am an amateur, when it comes to the Bible, but nonetheless, I thought I'd share, my insights on the matter, right? Now, I see a lot of people getting riled up because they're like, oh man, the United States is on a decline, right? The dollar, you know what I mean? Is losing its value and whatnot. Let me just get this out of the way, right? America is just one country. Although it's a world power, right? It's just one country out of almost 200 and something countries. So I know it's hard for people to believe, oh my God, for us, America, it's the end all be all. But it's not. You know what I mean? And another thing to keep in mind, the United States, right? There's a lot of people that don't really understand how, our money system works here. Uh, these guys, right, that run the country, they're not dumb. They know what they're doing. Uh, they Our whole money system is work based off of uh, what is it called it on debt, right? So for them, it's nothing. They know the dollar is losing value and whatnot. And they just don't care. What you guys gotta understand is that a lot of people sit there and think, oh, the United States is great. And it is great, right? But what they fail to realize is that the people that are really run the country, right? Not just this country, but other countries, right? They're not like you and me. Their allegiance is not to a country, not at all, right? Their allegiance is to themselves, right? To their own interest, self-interest. So for them, it wouldn't matter to them if in the country they're living in is going to hell, right? Because they got the money, they got the power, so it doesn't matter to them. So uh, yeah, that's nothing. But what I do want to talk about is the end of days, right? The end of times. People are saying that it's near. They've been saying that for a long time, right? Even since Jesus was around, they were saying, you know what, the end of times is coming, this and that. Uh, but what I really wanted to get into, right, which I haven't seen channels that deep into it, right? And what I want to get into is, yeah, a lot of people say, yo, hunker down, right? Make sure you know how to hunt. Make sure you got the strap on you. Make sure you know how to plan and this and this and that. That's good when it comes to your physical, right? But I wanted to speak more on the spiritual side of it, right? And now people get riled up. They thought the coronavirus, they thought that was the mark of the beast, right? Uh, make Let me get one thing clear: the mark of the beast. It stated that it's gonna be something that you're well aware of, right? It's something that you're taking a stand, like what, I stand with this individual, right? With the fallen one, right? That's what I call him, the fallen one. I stand with him, and I'm getting the mark of the beast. And pretty much without the mark of the beast, you're not going to be. And that when you get the mark of the beast, you're showing your allegiance to him. And it's not something, like I said, that is going to be a secret, right? How people think God is not going to judge you off of something you don't know. You're going to get it knowingly that you're pretty much siding with this individual, right? Showing your allegiance to him. Uh, and without it, you're not going to be able to pretty much currency is going to be a form of currency identification. You're not going to be able to buy, sell, trade, nothing without that, work, anything, right? Buy groceries, right? I believe that uh, the fallen one, for some time, right? It says he's going to rise to power for what, 7 years? For the first 3 years and a half, he's going to be quote unquote nice. He's going to be doing miracles and whatnot. uh, During some point in his ministry, he is going to receive a fatal blow, and he's going to be miraculously healed, right? People are going to flock to him. They're going to see him, especially now, all over TikTok, all over YouTube, all over the news outlets, right? They're going to broadcast this individual like, yo, he rose back from the dead, this and that, this and that. People are going to actually be led astray, and they're going to believe that he is the Messiah, right? But he's not. And that's how people are going to fall into the great delusion and worshiping. Mind you, a lot of people are going to get the mark of the beast willingly. So that's why I wanted to speak on this subject a lot, because I wanted to make it clear that there's going to be a great deception. And if you're not laced up with the Bible, right, and connected and have a relationship with God. I'm not talking about you go to church here and there and Sunday. I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah, do that. But you know how there's people that is like they're just blindly following a faith. They don't know what the book says. They just go off of what the priest tells them or what this person tells them. I'm talking about once the fallen one comes, it says there's going to be a false prophet with him, right? He's the one that's actually going to implement the mark of the beast, the false prophet, him, right? He's going to set up an image so that the people could worship the fallen one, right? That image is going to be based off the fallen one, and the false prophet is going to set up that image, right, so that people worship it. Um, and there it says that he's the false prophet is going to be allowed to do many miracles, right? He's going to be able to call fire down from heaven and whatnot. So a lot of people are going to be deceived, right? That's why I want to tell you guys, more than anything, right? The physical, I mean it says it right there in the Bible, bro. Let me go ahead and read it to you guys. That's why I don't trip on that, because I know a lot of people stress over, oh my god, we're going to fight back, we're going to do this. But this right here is to get it clear to you guys that, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. Look at what it says here. Uh, it talking about the fallen one. It was given power to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them, and it was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life, the Lamb who was slain for the creation of the world, from the creation of the world. So that's why when people get riled up, I'm like, bro, it says it in the Bible. It says, for those who, have wisdom, it says, if you're meant for captivity, into captivity you will go. If you're meant to be slain by the sword, you will be slain by the sword. So, I mean, it is what it is. The physical is nothing really. They're going to persecute. There's never been a persecution like this ever. And there never will be, right? The Holocaust is going to seem nothing compared to this, right? You're talking about it says he's going to wage war against God's holy people, right? If you see how many people is there that are I'm not talking about one specific, I'm talking about Christ followers, right? Whether you're Protestant, whether you're Seventh-day Adventist, uh, Catholics, the Christians, all this, I'm talking about all that, right? And Jews as well, right? So there's going to be mass persecution, and that's why when people think, oh, we're gonna be raptured, this and that, clearly from what it says, right? He's gonna wage war against God's people, right? And you know, people are gonna be persecuted, right? In the millions. I'm talking about he's gonna take out millions, right? And people think, oh, the mark of the beast is just gonna be this, it's gonna no, man, like he's gonna put it tough for you, bro. You're talking about they're gonna take people out in front of you, right? And you get the mark of the beast, or we're gonna take this person out, or we're gonna, you know what I mean? So it requires faith, strong faith, and endurance and patience to just be able to, cling on to God and be able to, go through it. Uh, that's why I think I wanted to focus more on this, on that aspect, right, on the spiritual side, to not be deceived, because, like I said, there is going to be many great wonders done on earth by this false prophet, by the fallen one. But if read your Bibles, you'll understand how it's going to play out, right? Uh, and I'm talking about when you have people all across the world, people nowadays, especially with the trends, they just go along with the crowd. You're talking about TikTok, YouTube, everything, the polls. Many churches are just gonna be like, yo, this is Christ, he has risen. This is, you know what I mean? Jesus. Or it says he's gonna set himself up, exalt himself up above every God, and that he's gonna set himself up in the temple of God, right? People think it's an actual temple, whether it is or not, I'm not too sure, but I know that God says that our body is a temple, right, for the Holy Spirit. So he's gonna try to put himself up there, and make himself proclaim himself to be God. And if you side with him, you already know how that's gonna play out, right? And if you don't, like I said, you're not gonna be able to buy, sell anything, and more than likely they're gonna persecute you for your faith. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, I won't get the mark of the beast, I won't do this, I won't. Let me tell you this, bro, and I'm not telling you guys this to scare you guys. I'm telling you this to be prepared. Peter, who was with Jesus, right? He knew Jesus, like physically knew him. He was with him for what, 3 something years. And when it came down to him, right, and they told him, hey, well, didn't you know? Like, I don't know him. You know what I mean? It says he denied him 3 times, and he physically knew Jesus. He saw him do the miracles. So It's not as easy as you guys might think. And that was just for fear of his own life. Not mentioning what if they bring in your people, you know what I mean? Your son, your daughter, your mom, you know what I mean? And that's why it requires strong faith, right? Like how Jesus had said, if you love your kid or your mom or your family more than me, you're not worthy of me. You know what I mean? Because in situations like that, it's like you're supposed to put God above everybody else, right? Including your family. Yeah, you might be like, damn, you know what I mean? They're gonna take them out. They're gonna do this, yeah. Uh, but at the end of the day, even if you sell yourself out, right, it's gonna be short lived because he's gonna come back pretty much right after that, and you're pretty much damned yourself for all eternity. You know what I mean? So just lace your family up, right? Your kids, so that when the time comes, that's what I tell my son. Like, hey, man, like, you know what I mean? He knows what time it is. You know what I mean? Like people say, oh, I'll fight this, I'll fight. As you read, as you saw what I just read to you guys, it's futile. You know what I mean? It says it right there. He's gonna have authority over the entire world. You know what I mean? This new world order, this new system is already being in place. That's why people don't understand that the whole people are going to say, how is it going to be the mark of the beast? It's like, if you notice nowadays, everything's done electronically, right? Banking, everything is going to come at a time when it doesn't matter what dollar they're using anymore, whether it's the yen, the euro, the peso, the dollar, whatever it's going to be all through electronic, right? It's just numbers on a screen, right? And that's how it's going to be. And without that, that's how easy it is, right? What's the new world order? One religion, which is obviously going to be the fallen one. That's what they're going to be believing in. One currency. Without the mark of the beast, you can't get anything, right? And one government, right? He's gonna sit on top of that government. He's that it's already being set in place, right? I believe these people. I don't know if knowingly or unknowingly, but they're already moving the pieces and setting up this new world order. I don't know if you guys have seen the thing where our ex-president George Bush Sr. He had pretty much talked about like they're setting up for the new world order and that when it's ready, and he said it will be ready. He said that. You guys could go watch that video. So yeah, man, it's already everything's getting set into play, right? It's just time to play it out, see how it plays out. But I encourage you guys to pick up a Bible and try to read it and ask God for discernment, right? To let you guys understand for what it is, right? Not because of what the priest tells you, not because of what this person told you, not because of what I told you, but ask Him to reveal Himself to you, the true Word of God, right? And just go into it with an open mind, and He'll reveal Himself to you. If you ask, if you seek, you shall find. But other than that, guys, I just wanted to clear that up and give you guys that message that it's not going to be as pretty as people think it is. A lot of people are going to be deceived. And like I said, if you don't pick up the Bible and see it for yourself, and like I said, have that connection with God, especially when your own church is telling you that is Jesus, that is, and you're seeing it all over TikTok everywhere. This guy is the Messiah. It says a lot of people are going to be deceived, right? And I don't want you guys to be one of those people, right? And it's not just gonna be easy how people think, it's just, oh, I won't get the mark of the beast. You gotta put yourself, oh, I'm gonna be raptured before it happens. I personally don't think, maybe there is gonna be a rapture for certain people. I personally believe that the ones that are gonna be raptured are gonna be the Jews, right? That's a whole nother subject. Uh, I believe that he is gonna wage war against Christians. That's what I believe. And but yeah, guys, nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. But other than that, I'm out, guys. Peace.